Good evening, everybody. Happy Tuesday. It's your boy Capper with the Twitterless Steve. We're here to talk about the AT&T Pebble Beach and nothing else. Only the golf tournament. That's all we will be talking about. Other than curling, we can talk about curling. Would you like to talk about curling, Steve?
Let's give you a 1 minute take about curling before we talk about what everybody is dying to hear from you. The ultimate spin zone about what happened Sunday. No, give us your hottest curling take and try and deflect from everything.
I love curling. Every 4 years, I get super excited about curling. 4 years ago, I was like, I wonder if there's a curling league in Jacksonville. And there was, but it's like an hour from the house. And I was like, I know, I'll sign up and I'll just never go. But I love fucking curling. Like, it's in my top 5 for Winter Olympic sports.
Okay, what is the top 5?
So you got bobsled, luge, curling.
Basically the same thing, but okay.
Yeah. So, but now luge is different. Yeah. Single person. Skeleton's too new. Like I think about I like the like downhill. I like them all really. I like pretty much. I love the Winter Olympics. I grew up loving the Winter Olympics. Like I could give 2 fucks about the Summer Olympics.
No, for me it's basically hockey or bust for the Winter Olympics. I don't know. I can't really get into it that much.
I love it.
There's just too much going on. I mean, coming off the Super Bowl and football, we have golf. It's kind of too much. You know, college basketball is starting to ramp up too.
No fucks about that.
It's actually a really good season in college basketball. There's a lot of really good teams. Syracuse is not one of them, as Jay and I have complained about a lot. Fire Coach Autry. But anyways, let's talk about Sunday briefly. Let's get it out of the way. We had a cold open and we had a cold team that you root for, the Patriots, who looked like they had never held a football before and looked like they have never blocked before, which really they hadn't in the entire postseason. What happened? What happened?
Yeah, I mean, look, Seattle's front four was able to get in, and like Campbell was so bad. And that's what we talked about. That's what I was worried about, him and the guy next to him. Both of them. What the hell? I always forget the guy's name. He literally got pushed with one hand and was able to grab Drake May with the other. I was like, that's the most emasculating sack I think I've ever seen. Look, the left side of our line was absolute trash. What I don't like is now you got Drake May coming out saying that I wasn't hurt, but maybe I was a little bit. Like these kids nowadays, like they're saying they're hurt without saying they're hurt to use an excuse. Same thing with fucking Campbell. Oh, my knee tear. When I came back, it wasn't the same. Well, were you hurt? Well, no, I was good enough to be out there. Okay, then you suck. Like Campbell and then Vrabel today came out and said we're not doing anything with him. Like he's going to be our left tackle. And I was like, oh, is his arms going to grow over the offseason? Is that what's going to happen? Will his arms grow so he can block somebody? Oh, he's going to go to the gym and get stronger. Great. Look, I am very happy with the season. We, like I said before, we overachieved. And like I told you before all the string of injuries happened, I was happy with one playoff win. So unfortunately, Josh McDaniels did Josh McDaniels things, didn't help the atrocious left side of the line. He gave up 14 pressures, which was double anybody else in Super Bowl. Like the offense was beyond anemic and embarrassing. At one point, they cut to the defense when Drake May got sacked again, and they all like, oh fucking Christ! The defense had to go back out there. Defense balled out. Gonzo earned a huge paycheck. He came ready to play. Josh got away from Ramondre too soon, got too cute with Henderson, and then we got our 4th-string running back fucking returning kicks for some reason. That's fun. Let's stop running the jumbo package and everything else we did to get there. Let's completely change our offense in 2 weeks. And look, Seattle's defense, all the credit in the world, fucking fast, mean, like great scheme. The autistic coach was able to Rain Man it up and figure it out. Listen, it's the secret to football. If you can have your front four be able to stop the run and get pressure. When you think about Philly, the Giants, like all those great defensive teams, that's what they had. They could drop 7 guys in coverage to cover 5. What are you going to do? And especially if they're getting home too, where Drake May couldn't throw the ball. I wasn't wrong about Darnold. Darnold fucking sucks. I don't care. He was terrible. He tried to give us that game early. He was jittery and terrible, per usual. He's a sidecar. He is Trent Dilfer. And yeah, that's it. I wasn't wrong about Darnold. I was 100% wrong about that defense and my offensive line being able to do anything. Yeah, man, whatever. Good season. Sad, but not like crushed, I guess. I guess it helps where it was like the only time I had a little bit of hope was at the end of the third quarter when we scored that touchdown, and then Drake May decided to force the ball for some reason after we got Sam Darnold 3 and out again. Completely unnecessary throw. Wasn't a gotta have it down. It was second down. I mean, look, it just kind of is what it is. I don't give a fuck if he's injured, like, because I don't believe it. I think it's just excuse making. I think it's the LeBron James misses a shot and is shaking his hand because he knows the camera's on him. This is just a new generation of kids that I just don't understand, basically.
Yeah, kids are hard to understand nowadays. But no, I don't think you necessarily got Seattle's defense wrong and your offensive line wrong. I mean, we literally talked about the bet of the century.
I think it was going to look like that, Steve.
Well, we talk about the bet of the century. Will Campbell gives us a sack minus 140. Juice only matters when you lose. I actually I forgot to get this out. I bet Seattle over 3.5 sacks as well for like minus 125. So that was another cash bet. Yeah. I guess for me, because I took the points of the Patriots. If you told me before the game and didn't tell me anything else, just told me before the game that Sam Darnold would go 19 of 38 for 200 yards. And look, like he played okay. You're right, though. There were some pretty bad throws and times he tried to give it away, but he was fine the second half, I would say. But more importantly, that JSM would go for 4 for 27 and spend most of the time in the blue tent and in the locker room. I'd feel pretty good about taking the points there. The problem was we talked about and made reference to the Rams Patriots Super Bowl about how just one team looked like they'd never played football before and played tight. Yep. Unfortunately, that was the Patriots. That was not the Seahawks, which is what I thought was going to happen. So, listen, credit to the Seahawks. You know, they were a great team all year. Thank you for winning me the NFC West division title money. Should have actually trusted the data and not turned away from it, away from my natural instincts, because Seattle was a lot better on paper with the defense and everything, and they got the benefit of the NFL fixing that game and giving them a miracle 2 points, so they had home field throughout. If they didn't get that miracle 2 points, who knows what would have happened? They would have had to been on the road instead of hosting the whole time. But the NFL referees, even when they don't fuck up the game, they still somehow can fuck up the game from a month before. You really think they were trying to help Seattle of all teams and not Los Angeles, one of the second biggest market in the league? I just wanted to point out how lucky Seattle was that some asshole picked up the ball and walked it to hand the ref, and they gave them a magical 2 points. Yeah. I mean, in hindsight, I've ever seen. It's one of the dumbest. I complained about it after. Like, it was one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. Like, it wasn't an awareness play. It wasn't anything. He was going to pick up the ball to give it to the ref because the play was whistled dead. And how many times does a play get whistled dead and there's a clear recovery and a touchdown and they bring it back? So I don't know. But either way, like, hey, look, it is what it is. Vrabel, I did not like Vrabel's press conference. I hated Will Campbell not talking to the fucking media last night, and then coming out today and soft selling that he wasn't hurt with his knee. The fact that we're still going to have him at left tackle is absurd. McDaniels, I don't know what he was doing for 2 weeks. It certainly wasn't fucking game planning. So should be interesting. Diggs is going to make too much money, so we'll cut him. He's not worth the $20 million after he completely no-showed in the fucking playoffs. It's going to be interesting. All right. Well, you know what? Let's put a bow on everything. Let's look ahead to 2026. I have your opponents for next year. We don't know the exact schedule, but we'll just go home and away, okay? And you say win or loss, all right? So let's get your preliminary. We don't even know the rosters yet. Let's get your we don't even have to go through it. I'll tell you this: if we win 10 games next year, I'll be happy. Based on looking at the schedule. All right. So it seems like it seems like the bill has come due for you guys. Your home teams are Bills, Broncos, Packers, Raiders, Dolphins, Vikings, Jets, Steelers. I mean, 3 legitimate opponents in Bills, Broncos, and Packers. Who knows where the Dolphins? I still don't believe in the Broncos. The Broncos had the second or third easiest schedule right behind us. They didn't play anybody either. Yeah, but their defense is still pretty good. I know. Okay. But your road opponents, though, Bills, Bears, Chiefs, Lions, Jaguars, Chargers, Dolphins, Jets, Seahawks.
That's a hell of a fucking road schedule.
That's not great. That's not great.
So we could actually have a better team next year with a much worse record, I feel like.
Yeah, probably win like 10-7, maybe.
Yeah, 10. I'd be fine with that.
If that, it's probably more like 8, 9, 9-8. To be completely honest, that's.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's so much depends on injury luck in the sport, and it just kind of, and we got super lucky with injuries this year too. So like overall, good season. It was fun being cocky capper again, but now I'll just be angry capper in the off season and criticize everything they do. Because I mean, really, Drake May disappeared in the fucking playoffs.
He did.
Maybe the defense was coming at him too fast, and maybe his brain couldn't process everything fast enough. Like I had a feeling at the beginning of the year. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, you definitely question his IQ.
Could be.
Yeah. Maybe.
Maybe.
Okay. All right. Let's move on to golf here. So, do you want me to talk about weather?
I thought there was no pro-am. I still got to fucking deal with this shit. I thought they got rid of the fucking the bankers and the CEOs.
Yeah, no. So they play Thursday and Friday, and that is why they're going to start at like 8 a.m. local time there, and they're not going to get done until 4 p.m. despite having like 70 guys. It's going to be in basically a death march around Monterey with all the bankers and Larry Fitzgerald, and maybe Josh Allen will stop being sad and play some golf to make himself feel better. Maybe he'll play in this. We'll definitely get some Jake Owen shots when he's paired with Spieth, get all that. So, but yeah, so do you want me to touch a little bit on weather that might be completely fake and make people mad?
I heard it's going to be
a second week in a row. Well, so here's the thing. Okay, let's bring up the forecast. So it's cold, but if you actually look back through the years, these temperatures are basically what is usually played for Pebble Beach. So last year, for example, where everybody went nuts in the opening round, where the average score of Pebble was like -4 and like it was like -2 and change at Spyglass. Yeah. The high that day was 54. The key was that there was absolutely no wind. And when you give these guys no wind on golf courses that are under 7,000 yards long, they are going to light it up. So with that in mind, don't worry about temperature all that much, except for possibly one day that we'll get to in the next slide here. But just to start the tournament here. So what you don't see prior to Thursday is a whole bunch of wind and rain and just not good weather. They had gusts today up to 45 miles per hour at this weather station right here at Pebble Beach. That is very useful this week to see what is actually happening on the ground before tee time.
Instead of the mountains.
Yeah, instead of the mountains. Although being on a coast is also very unpredictable with the microclimates. So yeah, that's not going to be great. But at least to start the tournament, everybody starts about 8 a.m. Yes, it's 51 degrees, but it's dead calm conditions. It's not going far enough to where we can see what's going on in the afternoon. If this is right, this is a little more wind than what you maybe want for really low scoring, but it's really only going to bother you if you start on the front and then the wind flips around, and then now you're playing the entire back nine, most of it with the wind in your face. And listen, 10 to 15 miles per hour can make a little bit of a difference. That means you're playing the 18 into the wind, you're playing 14 into the wind, you're playing 12 into the wind. That's a really difficult hole.
You think 15 miles is 2 clubs?
It's a club and a half for sure. So, but it also it makes 2 scoring holes with 18 and 14 just that much more difficult for you. So it means you can't take that line off 14 that Rory took. It's probably a 3-shot hole on number 14. So here at number 18, that's one where I showed you guys bail out rights, and it's not a very easy up and down. So, but conversely, if you play the back nine here and then you flip around and then the wind starts kicking up, all of a sudden this is now a tailwind for you. So keep that in mind on Thursday for Showdown, that you might want to fade some guys that are starting on the front a little later on in the day, because once the wind kicks up, that's going to hurt them. And conversely, try and get somebody started on the back, because then when the wind gets up, it'll actually help them. So that's one thing to keep in mind.
And
Friday kind of
what did we say what did we say the disparity between Monterey and Pebble was?
Oh, Spyglass. So it was, I mean, last year was like it was like 1.7 strokes. I'd say it's probably like a shot or so. But when the wind kicks up, it's a little more evenly distributed. I would say it's probably going to be a shot difference Thursday and Friday between the two. So, and then Friday here, looks like we're going to be a little bit more wind. So it's not as easy of scoring conditions I think we were maybe hoping for at the beginning of the week, but it's not terrible though. Saturday though, now we're starting to see a little bit of wind really pop up. At least in the long range forecast. We'll see if this actually sticks around. When it's coming directly from the south, though, now it slightly helps you down the back nine, but a lot of it's crosswinds. Yeah. So that's not great.
Wasn't that
playing in winds like that
5 to midnight?
No, it's like, all right. So you're right. I was looking at it wrong, but wind starts to kick up around like Saturday afternoon. So like for the leaders. Okay. So that might affect him a little bit. Sunday, though, is looking rough.
Ooh, spicy.
Yeah. Yeah. So rain is going to start moving in around 1 o'clock. Winds 20 to 30 miles per hour. This is not strong enough to delay the round. It is not strong enough to.
You say that, but did they cancel it 2 years ago?
Yeah, but that was because it was 55, 60 mile per hour winds and a bunch of trees blew over. And they couldn't bring anybody back. They couldn't get fans back on the golf course. It wasn't safe. That's why they canceled it.
All right.
So that's not enough to cancel the round or really even delay it unless you get a lot of rain, because the greens are going to be slow. They're going to get rain before the tournament, so they're going to be softer. You don't have to worry about balls moving on the green. So they're going to have to play through that. So that makes it, at least for me, kind of difficult because on one hand, if we go back this slide, it's probably going to be a lot of birdies available on Thursday and Friday for the most part. Mm-hmm. But then you want to close with like a mutter, somebody who's going to kind of grind out a win. That makes it kind of difficult to pick who you want this week for an outright. You kind of got to marry both worlds. You got to think about somebody who's, pretty good with the short irons, can make a lot of birdies in good conditions, good POA putter. But then once the winds start kicking up and Sunday turns pretty bad, if this forecast actually comes to fruition, you want somebody to kind of grind it out, get up and down, good short game. And sometimes it's hard to find the best of both worlds. And unfortunately, the guy that we're trying to avoid this week is very good at both worlds, which is a problem. Yeah.
Well, unpredictability he doesn't like.
Yeah, but I don't think there's really that much unpredictability here. Like he's
30 mile an hour winds.
He's won in windy conditions. So he survived. He was tied for the lead after 36 holes at the Open Championship this year, and the first two rounds were not very good weather conditions. Yeah. So he's fine. He can handle it. So yeah, that's kind of where my head is at this week as far as bets. I already went over the type of profile I want. Weather is going to be tricky this week. Unfortunately, I will be on vacation starting tomorrow. You're not going to be able to have me holding your hand through most of it. You're just going to have to figure it out and pay for your premium weather yourself. I'm just kidding. I will post the weather reports for you. I'm not going to be able to give much commentary, but I've taught you guys enough about this stuff where you guys can figure it out.
Yeah, and look, as we get closer, it's still, what is today? Tuesday. It's still Tuesday night. So I mean, we still got 24 hours and change before. What time is it? What time is it Eastern time? How many times am I going to tinker with my fucking lineups?
So it starts at like 11 a.m. Eastern.
Perfect.
So you got all morning.
Times to make all types of mistakes in the morning.
Yeah.
Outstanding. So I guess let me ask you a couple questions because I wasn't 100% focused. I wasn't 100% focused on Saturday, as you know.
No, you weren't.
So you said last year it got rain, and this year it's not getting rain. So it's going to play firmer and faster this year?
No. So
or I have it backwards.
So it got a little bit of rain on Friday. It wasn't that much. It was really calm, benign conditions until about like Friday mid-afternoon. And then the wind started kicking up right towards the end of Friday, knocked down scoring a little bit.
No, I meant leading up to the competition.
Oh, leading up, there was not really a whole lot of rain coming in. Same thing here, but they got dumped on yesterday and they're going to get dumped on again tomorrow. So the greens will be
softer.
I don't think they'll do lift clean in place, which potentially means playing out of the rough might be a little more difficult because it's wet rough, but also softer greens and softer fairways. And if these guys are clubbing down a lot of holes, yes, it might play a little longer, but you're going to keep the ball in the fairway and these greens are soft. And if there's no lot of wind, this place is pretty defenseless.
Okay. So, and this is true POA, right?
Yes.
This is the bumpy shit. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. True POA, bumpy shit. A little softer than last year. Who knows with the fucking wind? Cold. What do you think? So, like, we call Colin a house cat because he's a pussy. JT's a house cat because he's also a pussy. And I equate that with cold too. So Victor stands out to me, somebody who I wanted to bet, but I can't get out of my brain being at like 7:30 in the morning at Sawgrass, and he had like a fucking parka on with mittens and a skull cap, and I was like, "Aren't you from Norway? What is happening?" Like, it's 55 in Florida, dude. So he makes me a little nervous. Is there do you think there's anything to the cold other than how far the ball goes? Like guys who are comfortable.
Yeah, I think some guys might not feel comfortable in those conditions. I mean, they got to wear extra layers. Maybe that messes with them a little bit. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if I got a bunch of layers on, I know I'm swinging a little more tighter because I'm not as loose with everything. So, I don't know. I mean, I think there is something to it. I think a guy like Hideki, I don't think is great in colder conditions for whatever reason. It seems like a lot of his wins have come hot or humid conditions. Like he won, it was pretty warm in Riviera. Obviously, he's won Scottsdale a lot. Won Hawaii. He won Kapalua. He won the Zozo, but that was like, I think, high 60s, and it's in Japan. He just got a little more motivated.
Different. Yeah, exactly.
Memorial, when he won back in the day, was pretty hot and humid that week. I don't know. Like somebody like that, I would question. I definitely question Colin in colder conditions.
We never have to talk about, unless you want to bet him, we never have to talk about Colin on the show. He will never.
Can I talk about Harding Park, by the way? Because people love talking about Harding Park with Colin.
You mean when there was no spectators?
Well, it's not that. I need to set the record straight about what happened with Harding Park, guys. Okay. There was not as much wind as you guys remember for that tournament. It got windy on Friday afternoon. On Friday morning, it was windy, and he played through it. He didn't play all that great. And then Saturday there was wind in the morning, but it died down in the afternoon. And then it might have gotten to only about like maybe 15 miles per hour, like real early in his round on Sunday. And by the time the tournament ended, there really was not much wind. It wasn't as bad of conditions as you guys might have thought it was.
Listen,
it was a little cooler, but
if you losers want to keep losing money on fucking Colin Morikawa, who hasn't won in years, has proven himself to be a fucking mental midget, like keep doing it. I haven't bet him in 2 years. He's constantly a fade for me. Maybe sometimes he might be a good DFS play. Like he's going to be the most when you look back in history, he's going to be the most perplexing fucking 2 major winner of all time. Like, you'd be like, how the hell did this fucking guy win 2 majors? And you're going to say, oh, perfect weird conditions in England, no spectators, and like whatever. Like he played good in Harding Park, but there was no spectators, and he was still young. And like I don't know, money changes people, and he seemed like kind of a prick prior. So yeah, I mean that's just kind of he's good. I'm never betting it. Like I don't maybe in like Bermuda if he gets relegated to there, but no big boy tournaments.
Okay, all right. You want to try and guess the tip chart by the way before we get to the odds board?
Oh, sure. How many we got?
We have 8 guys, and I made a prediction on Discord that my betting card was probably going to be just the tip chart, and it came to fruition. So I was right. Cash those bet at minus 350. Juice only matters when you lose, guys. Okay. All right. Yeah.
It mattered a lot on Sunday for me, Steve. Holy fuck. Yeah. I had to reload. You know, the last time I had to reload an account? That was rough.
All right.
I literally can't tell you last time I had to reload, and I had to reload.
All right.
How many
You got 8 guys.
Oh, 8 guys. All right. Siwoo.
Siwoo's not on the list.
Okay. Sure. Okay.
Okay.
The hottest golfer who has a decent, well, I guess a decent course history. Fine. Fuck it. Whatever.
He's like what? 20, he's like 20, 25 to 1 this week. And maybe people are saying, when is this going to stop?
Elevated event. Whatever. That's fine. Matt McNeely. His dad owns the course.
Strike 2.
Seriously?
Yeah. Seriously. I think people were just disgusted by what they saw on Sunday out of him, me included, by the way. Can I tell you when I knew my Matt McNeely bet was dead?
When you bet it?
So listen, like, I'm not saying I'm an expert in like body language, but when he showed up to his pre-round interview like this, like he was standing like this, rigid the board, and then he immediately fumbled over his words over his first question. I'm like, that's a guy who's not going to win today. And then sure enough, makes a terrible bogey on 1.
Yep.
And that was all she
doesn't
wrote
even give you hope. Doesn't even give you hope.
No.
Drop from coverage immediately. All right. So
all right,
fuck.
strike
I gotta go
2.
8-0. That's not going to go great then.
You got it.
How about? No, I don't. I thought those two for sure would be on it. Shit. I don't know. I guess I'll go. Oh, fuck. I'll go Cantlay because of the number.
You struck out. Strike 3.
No way.
Wow. Cantlay's been terrible.
I know he's been terrible, but he's played well.
People are hard out on Cantlay this week.
You're a sycophant for him. There's so many sycophants for Cantlay who just bet him regardless. You see a 4 and you guys are like running to waste money on him.
All right. Well, I need to address somebody in the comments right here. So this is why I publicly declared on Discord this week that I'm not going to fall for the Cantlay trap.
Let's go.
Because I needed to put on record so I would feel guilty when I get tempted to bet him. I'm a man of my word, and I did not bet Cantlay this week. You know, you mentioned something with money changes somebody, and it seems like he's just doing the bare minimum on the PGA Tour right now, as far as like making appearances, making like, you know, how many starts he's making. He makes 20 starts a year. And at that point, you kind of start to wonder, what's he really doing? And I look back at his results since 2022 when he's actually truly been in the mix, like for on Sunday or like going into a tournament. He's only been either tied for the lead or 1 back twice. And he's mostly been like 3 or 4 back heading in. And then he maybe make a little run on Sunday, but that's only happened 9 times since 2022. And it just, I can't justify anymore doing that for him.
It's karma for him stealing from Rahm that victory. Like after that year, it's all been downhill. It's all been downhill since then. It's karma for accepting that trophy and not doing the correct thing and letting everyone with a Rahm ticket cash the bet and just hand the trophy to him. Kevin, what do you mean I've changed? I did bet. Listen, you think I've been on Twitter after fucking Sunday night? You think I've been on social media? Oh, no. I listen to Boston Sports Radio for my soul. Like, I need the anger that way. I don't need it from other fans. I need it from my fans.
Okay. All right. Well, this is the tip chart then. We'll go 8-1 because you struck out fantastically.
Have I ever gone 0 for 3? I don't think so.
No, I've gone over 3.
Yeah, but you're never on social media.
Never am. I never have a good pulse on what everybody's betting. Apparently, I did this week because I picked everybody on the tip chart. All right, number 8, Shane Lowry, 45-1. Made a good finish last year. Blew a tournament in
wins lots of tournaments. Shane Lowry, winner of lots of things.
Yeah. Okay. Number 7, Daniel Berger, 40-1.
Ponzi scheme, Daniel Berger. Okay.
Hitting the ball well. He's won here
40-1 in a 40-1 in an elevated event. Awful bet. Shame on everyone.
Okay. Number 6, Akshay Bhatia, coming off a good finish at Scottsdale. Great POA putter.
What's his number? 80? 100?
60 per this list.
I thought I saw it at 80. But fine. At least you got upside with that kid.
Okay. Number 5, Matthew Fitzpatrick, 33-1. Have we been able to confirm if he's vacationed here a lot as a kid and played here a lot.
Well, I'm gonna have to find out because I like it. Look, Fitzy's been playing good, right? He's been playing good since I've been playing overseas. We talked about him. We talked about him last week. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Dave, we know, buddy. Okay. I'm just reading. I'm just reading the list. I'm just reading the list. Okay.
And I didn't say congrats to Dave. I should have said that off the jump. Congrats on your win, Dave. After I've told you to fuck off every day for the last 2 weeks. So congrats.
Yeah. Okay. Number 4, Jason Day. I won't say the number because apparently you can get it better numbers everywhere, and that makes people mad. So I won't say that. Okay. Number 3, Victor Hovland.
Okay, I get it.
Number two, Russell Henley.
Stat. So he was my first guess because it doesn't matter what course you're at. Data Golf spits out Russell Henley. Everybody loves the Russell Henley. They bet Russell Henley. They forget he's only won once. And who had to choke it away?
That's not true. He has not won once.
He's won once in 10 years. He won.
That's not true. He won last year.
That's what I'm talking about. I said other than that, and Colin had to choke it away.
No, he won Bay Hill. He's won Mayakoba. Like he's won more than you think, buddy.
It doesn't count. 20 years ago. Doesn't count. Loser.
Okay. All right. Number 1 in the tip chart for the second week in a row. Sepp Straka, most tipped this week.
It's because his iron numbers are good and his ball strike is good. You just can't put.
Well, he also made a big rally last week. And played well over the weekend and played well here last year. That's probably easy for somebody to go back to for most tipped at that point.
Sweet. So one, I've only made 2 bets so far. And one.
Okay.
On one of them. That's it.
All right. Let's get the odds board.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Are we going to talk about the without Scotty market? I feel like everybody's already well versed enough in the without Scotty market. Like, what else is there to add? Like, look at
I get something to add. Sky's going to win this week.
Yeah.
Sky's going to win this week. I feel like if I'm thinking that we need the best of both worlds for this tournament, where you're going to need somebody to get out to fast start, make a lot of birdies, and then have to kind of grind it out over the weekend. Like, I kind of like Scotty in that type of tournament. I also feel like we sit here and like say with Scotty, oh, well, he hasn't won on POA yet. Like, and how many check boxes has he checked on stuff like that over the last year or so?
Wait, hasn't he won on POA once?
No, he's won on Bent POA and the Travelers, but he's never won out in California.
Okay.
So this just feels like that checkbox is going to be checked this week. So yes, I went to the without Scotty market. You could even do on FanDuel, it was without Scotty and Rory, and some of those numbers actually were almost as good as just without Scotty. So you could do that too. But I went without Scotty this week because I think he's going to win. So I'm trying to figure out who's going to be the least loser of everybody this week.
Is that true? RK is saying that the tip charts include some of these overseas English cats when they put out their card and it's counted as a tip, they're counting their each ways as well.
I have no idea. I'm not on social media.
That's some bullshit. Well, that's like fucking. Oh, that is gross. That changes the chip chart altogether. That skews all the data. Of course, somebody's gonna throw somebody out when they get fucking.
Does this mean you want to stop playing the game? Should we not give attention to it anymore?
First of all, we're definitely not. We're never going out with me going 0-3. Okay, we're not. We can do it next week.
All right. Okay. So are you? Well, we have Hard Rock, which I'm going to experience that hellscape in about a day or so.
Better put all your bets in before you come down, buddy.
I mean, I'm waiting for a certain bet to be dropped, and it hasn't because tee times were announced. So I'm hoping they do that. But does Hard Rock even offer without Scotty Marcus, or are you just left on your own this week?
Oh, they do.
Okay. They're probably terrible.
Minimum 10-point shave. Minimum. Oh, and matter of fact, I just how about with the Scotty Marcus? You want to guess how many fucking guys are 30-1 this week? You want to take a stab?
14?
Oh, that's probably pretty fucking close, actually. Hang on. But they don't even have it on the front page yet, so I got to go to all leagues.
I mean, I know looking at the without Scotty market, like everybody's jammed up like 33 to
Oh,
1.
no, I'm talking with Scotty market.
No, I know. So even with Scotty, it's probably like 12. I mean, they're pricing a lot of guys up this week.
4, 5. Hold on. No, I lost count. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14. Your initial
I was right.
14 fucking guys.
So hold on. So you have a guy who is like is 3 to 1 to win a tournament. And then you have 14 guys after that who are 30 to 1 or better.
Yep. I got Rory at 14.
My goodness.
I have two guys in the 20s, Siwoo and Fleetwood. Then from Ben Griffin to Thor at a fucking 30. Unreal.
Okay.
I hate Hard Rock so much.
All right. So what about Rory this week? He hasn't played, I think, a couple weeks.
Yeah, I'm good.
He looked okay in the Middle East. There was that one tournament where we all bet the overs in round scores because like the winds got crazy. He had like 5 water balls, I think, in a single round, and kind of punted himself out of that tournament. So yeah. I mean, he won last year kind of unexpectedly. I know I had him as my fade on the expert picks. I think a lot of us actually did because he never played well at Pebble. We're like, oh, it's a lot of short irons and all the bullshit that you say about Rory. Like, like he fans his wedges.
Easy. I used to say, okay. In a former life when you were, I hated Rory.
Yeah, you hated Rory.
I hated him.
Yeah. No, and now you're going to Ole for Team Europe for the Ryder Cup now. So,
amen. Is what it is.
Yeah.
Put out
funny how things change.
Country club U.S. pussies. Fucking, that's who I root for.
I mean, I don't know. This is maybe this is naive. I'm just not really scared of Rory this week.
I'm not either. It was just terrifying. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah. So he's probably gonna be. We're just gonna blow past the name. He's probably just gonna repeat.
Whistling past the graveyard, as they say.
All right. Let's get to this glut of guys like 25 to like 40 to 1. Okay, we got I have on my sheet 18 guys. Just jammed in this range here, probably where a lot of guys are betting this week. I mean, a lot of these guys are on the tip chart.
Up to 50, is that what you said?
Not up to like 40. Yeah, like up to like from like Siwoo up to like your Harris English types. Okay. Like that group there. All right, let's start ripping off names. Guys you like, guys you're interested in, guys you bet.
I'm out on Fleetwood.
Why out on Fleetwood?
I mean, look, I'm typically always out on Fleetwood anyway. I'm not going to pretend like I watched the fucking tournament in Dubai, but everything I saw, he didn't play well in Dubai. So whatever, I'm good. First U.S. tournament. Although the mutter thing over the weekend kind of helps a little bit, but I'm good. Siwoo, I don't know what to do with him.
Okay.
I don't think I can bet. I don't think I can bet him at this point based on who's on my CAD. Can he make enough putts on POA? I don't think so.
I mean, that is a concern if it's easier conditions to start the tournament. How'd he do it? I mean, he's not as bad on POA as you might think in his career. What did he do on a couple weeks ago? I mean, he slightly gained. He slightly gained at Torrey. Yeah. So you at least have that. He does have, I think, at Pebble the last couple of years, they have a couple top 15s. And he's actually put relatively well there. So he's got a T4 there back in 2019. He put pretty well. At least
I feel like that doesn't count
there. Why doesn't that count?
Because they played me and you at fucking Pebble at that point.
That was the Paul Casey versus Phil showdown, where Phil was going to win, and then Paul Casey's like, I can't see the ball. I want to come back the next day.
So your argument to me that there was a bunch of bums there is that Paul Casey won the tournament.
Paul Casey was a solid player back in the day.
Paul Casey's always sucked. Fuck him. I've always hated him.
He has always sucked. He was my original Cantlay. The guy would always bet. He never win.
Never.
So no, that tournament actually had Jason Day was up there. All right, you do make a good point. Like he beat Scott Langley, Brian Gay, Kevin Streelman, Chris Stroud. All right, Max Homa before he was Max Homa. Yeah, like you Matt Every. Okay, you have a good point.
I remember this tournament, like, because I remember before I was like betting heavy into this shit, I'd always be like, why doesn't any golfer I know play Pebble? I had no idea where it was like sandwiched in the schedule. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I just didn't know. Yeah, so yeah, no, I'm good with him. Oh, fuck. Now I clicked off. I got 9 million tabs open. Lost my odds board. All right, so I bet Victor.
Okay.
The around the green still scares me, but
might be an issue for Sunday.
That's what
he's been better. He's been better though.
He's been better, and he's been so bad off the tee for like a year, I feel like. But I feel like he can play it down here and it doesn't matter as much, even though Rory went fucking nuclear. I feel like that's a one-off. I mean, look, driving always helps, right? And if you can start taking these angles and Rory gave him any type of blueprint, then length always helps, right? But I don't know, man. He's somebody who can get white hot. I don't have to worry about a miscut with him with this event. I mean, so I lost all my tabs. He's played meh here, and I can't figure out why. And I bet it before I looked again. I feel like it's always one horrible blow up round.
Okay. Well, these are tricky bunkers, and he's notoriously an awful bunker player.
Oh, he fucking blows out of the
so that's one. He did win the U.S. Amateur here.
I did remember that.
So that counts. I remember actually at the U.S. Open in 2019, where like he was the college player, he won the U.S. Am there, got to a really good start, and then he got trapped in the bunker, I think, on 14, and then that was my first introduction to Victor Hovland's sucks with short game.
Wait, when did you say that was?
2019 U.S. Open.
U.S. Open, yeah, against Woodland.
Yeah, in Pebble Beach.
Yeah, exactly. So I know exactly what you're talking about because that was my wife's birthday. It was June 16th, and it was also Father's Day. So we made the compromise that I was like, I would like to go watch golf. It's your birthday. It's also Father's Day. So we did the morning with the kids. Then we got a sitter, and we went out to a place called Pussers down right outside of Sawgrass, and watched the U.S. Open and drank. And I had the Woodland ticket, so I was very excited.
Congratulations to you.
So like,
I'm pretty sure I had Justin Rose. That was not great. That was not a great Sunday for me.
So if you look, his last 8 rounds look good. Like,
yeah, I mean, look, he's got trending.
When did this happen? When did he start stinking off the tee?
I mean, he started fiddling with his swing and everything. Like, remember he used to do the double pump, and then that went away, and then he brought that back. Yeah. Like, he's a constant tinkerer with his swing, and that kind of jacked him up a little bit. But his iron play, which is really like very paramount this week, with guys clubbing down off the tee. So you're off the tee, like stats coming in, like how reliable is that? But you got relatively high drive accuracy rates here. Fairways are going to be soft. So it's basically going to come down to how you do hitting small targets, and his iron play from under 150 over 150
is amazing.
It's fantastic.
It's amazing.
Even the around the green stuff on paper looks good, but eye test last week.
I will never trust that. Mm-mm.
I don't know if I trust that either. I know there was a bunker shot he had, I think, on the par 5 that he definitely should not have gotten away with, and he did, which counts on the stat sheet there.
I still wonder what was going on with the around the green play with everybody last week. There was something was weird with that turf. Like I said on Saturday, Siwoo duffed it, fucking Scotty duffed it. Like there was weird shit going on. I think the Bermuda was coming up. You could see the Bermuda coming up in the rough by the end of the tournament. You could see like the dark emerald green and like the lighter green. That's the Bermuda coming up. So if it's coming up in the rough there, it's probably coming up in the fairways too. And that's my theory why guys are stubbing their club too much and laying the sod over things. So Xander's fat, not a shape. No more.
he had a good final round. He had a good final round though.
I stand by. I don't care. He's fat, not a shape. Hideki, I thought about a lot until you just maybe not like him. Mav McNeely, never Mav McNeely. So here's the other guy. I was just trying to get to the other guy. I bet Rose.
Okay.
2 good finishes here in elevated events. I didn't even factor in the fact that he won this, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago at some point.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, we talk about recent form play. Goddard has just won within a small time frame. Why can't Rosie? Right? He's his ball striking obviously was fucking insane. He's got success here. Pot's good on Poa. He can play well in the weather, and he can also go low. Yeah. I like, yeah.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. I'm going to steal a stat from Dave because he's I don't have my comments up. I'm sure he's probably screaming it here. Okay. When's the last time Justin Rose had back-to-back top 10 finishes on the PGA Tour?
Oh, fuck. I don't know. Probably forever.
2021.
Okay. All right. People keep betting Cantlay, and he's won about around that time. So
that's true. Okay.
I look, I get it. And I just think that, I don't know, man. I think mentality is something, right? And I know Dave's a whippersnapper, but as you get older, right? And as Rosie is seeing his window close, he seems really focused, right? Like ever since the Masters, he seems really focused. I know he missed the cut at Amex, but I don't know, man. He was lights out, and I'm always a short form guy, and he's got good course history here in the elevated event. Yeah, I took him, and I don't even care. It was 30-1, just like everybody else. So,
all right, I stand corrected. It's back to back. His last time he said back to back top 10s was 2021. It was the Wyndham and then the BMW PGA on the DP World Tour. So,
I don't think that counts.
So then 5 years. So yeah. Okay, all right, okay. So you went Rose and Hovland. Okay, who else you
Rose and Hov.
Okay,
those are the only 2 I have so far. Was it?
Okay, all right. So I put myself in a pretzel like I always do with the weather because I'm a perfectionist to a fault and I want to try and nail it. And usually it backfires in my face. Like last week, weather report.
It didn't even backfire.
Well, last week, because I said I'm going to go PM AM guys, despite liking guys like Fitzpatrick and Goddard, who I probably would have bet last week if I didn't do that. And that blew up my face. So I'll go down the list here because I did bet 3 guys in this range. I can fit one more down the card if I really want to, but I'm going to be honest, I don't really feel great about anything. So thought about Siwoo. The last guy off my card. I just at some point this hot streak is going to end. But he does fit a lot of things I'm looking for here. Trending iron play. Has success at Pebble Beach and on Poa, good birdie rates. So I know that if scoring is really good early in the tournament, he can pile on the birdies. And then he's got a good short game to where if he's got to grind it out on Sunday, he can at least maybe keep up with Scotty and get that second place finish or even get a win. So there's that. Thought about Tommy as well, because similar situation, like if it's going to be more of a mutter game by the end of the tournament, I kind of want him like,
I like Tommy on that.
But looking at how the beginning of his season has been and how hot it was at the end of last season, you wonder, like, is there a little bit of a hangover to there? Is he still kind of like searching, trying to like recapture the magic a little bit? Because he's been pretty pedestrian in the
magic of beating 30 guys. That was fun.
No, it wasn't just that. I mean,
I'm just taking a shot, Steve. That's all.
Yeah. I mean, like he lost to the immortal Aaron Ryan, a playoff against a really good field. He won it over in India, like against like 12 good guys.
Wasn't that right after? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so like he legitimately was playing pretty good in the fall. Like he was top 5ing almost everything. Iron play was great. Putter was on fire. Like
he just tries his hardest.
Yeah. Thought about Hovland as well because it checks a lot of everything. The tiebreaker for me is that he has a little bit of a later tee time on Thursday at Pebble, and he's starting on the front. Okay. So he might catch, if the wind picks up a little bit on Thursday afternoon, that's gonna hurt him a little bit. So, and also too, if it's really gonna be bad weather by the end of the tournament, you're right. I don't know if I really trust him in that to get the job done. So he was out. I tried to find a way to get away from him, but I kind of just defaulted to Russell Henley because he does fit both worlds for me a little bit.
Okay.
So he just lit up a birdie fest at Amex a couple weeks ago. So I know he can score there. But he's also done well, like tough weather opens and some more difficult conditions to where if you do have to kind of grind it out at the end, I trust him to do that at least. Iron play has been really good. You know, he's got a 5th place finish last year. What's concerning is that he did most of his damage at Spyglass and not Pebble, which is not great, but I think everything that he does in his profile should fit well here. So I went Henley at 25-1 with that, and this is actually without Scotty and Rory in that market. Actually, I got a better price in
25. That's fine. I'm fine with that bet then.
Yeah, 25 without Scotty and Rory. I'll take that. No one Matt McNeely. I'm just good after what I saw last week. Thought about Xander because of what he did at least at the final round in Scottsdale. Maybe like he's finally shaking off the rust like, last year, but still think I don't think he's ready to win yet. And outside of he's only played here 3 times, but a lot of his course history is just that US Open in 2019 that was a little bit different, different conditions. He wasn't very good when he's played like regular Pebble Beach programs here. So that's a pass. Thought about Jake Knapp.
Play good.
I don't know if he plays good. Good power putter. I don't know if the weather gets kind of gnarly on Sunday. I don't know if I want Jake Knapp, to be honest. I would.
My boy Highsmith chased him down when he had the lead at
Cognizant because the wind picked up a little bit too. Yeah, the wind kind of picked up in Mexico on Sunday as well, and he got kind of tight. So I don't know if it's really bad conditions. I don't know if I really want Jake Knapp for Sunday.
Seems like he's playing pretty good though.
He is playing good. The iron play is trying to. One of the things I'm actually doing differently this week, like I like mixing things up, is I'm taking a page out of your book. I'm looking at like extremely short sample size. So I'm looking at last 8 rounds approach and last 8 rounds putting just to see if anybody's getting hot a little bit, along with the long-term stuff too. And his last 8 rounds, both putting and irons, like he's playing obviously really good. The results are showing, but he's good in the scoring clubs. He's really good with the short irons. If the weather gets kind of bad on Sunday, I don't know if I really want Jake Knapp.
No, I agree. I agree with you with the weather bad.
Yeah. Okay. I did bet Fitzpatrick in a without Scotty market at 33-1.
That's a good number.
Hit the ball great last week. Didn't putt very well in Phoenix. He's a good putter. I'm a little concerned about if scoring conditions are a little easy at the beginning of the tournament.
I don't know, man.
But
dude, what did he shoot opening round? Fucking 9 under.
That's another thing. He can get hot if he has to.
And we talked about this previous to last week's tournament. I said that, hey, we have this thing where he can't go low. He's not a birdie fest guy. He makes the 10-foot putt, not the 10-foot birdie putt. But something happened where it kind of switched my thinking a little bit. And you brought up, I don't remember what tournament it was, but I don't think he's an only hard course guy anymore. I really don't.
Yeah, the Rocket Classic last year, like he got to like 19, which
Yeah.
So which actually with weather this week might be in range for where you might have to land for him. But it's mostly if I get him just around the lead heading into Sunday, and if it's going to be a little more of a grind with his short game and putting, I'll take that. Yeah. He's got a good result here. I think he finished like top 10 here in the Justin Rose year a couple years ago. So I bet him. Thought about Bobby Mack really long and hard. Like his profile would fit a guy who can card a lot of birdies, but can grind it out. I don't know if there's evidence that he can play well on POA. I have not seen it. I know that he can do well on slow greens with fescue.
And he still runs hot. So if he gets a bump in the wrong direction, he can get hot quick.
Yeah. He fits the profile.
I mean, in a bad way, hot as far as like angry.
Right. Yeah. He fits the profile best of both worlds. I don't know if there's enough evidence that this is the course for him. I guess with the Instant Grammy thing. Same thing with like a Cam Young. as well. Like that's somebody in good conditions can card a lot of birdies, but I've seen him do well in bad conditions as well to kind of grind things out. Didn't end up going there though.
Okay.
I feel like a fucking fish taking this guy.
Okay.
I made a joke on, I think Sunday after a couple drinks, that if you think this guy is stealth and under the radar this week, to pick him, that's like making a crudo on Top Chef for Tom Colicchio. Like you're not impressing anybody.
Wow. What a reference. I don't know who gets that reference other than me. And it's only because I've had children and I watched the Food Network for a decade. Because I had nothing else to do. That is a pull. That is very nice.
Yeah. But without market, I bet Jason Day at 37-1.
Whatever.
Playing really good right now.
Yep.
Great putter putter. Great course. I mean, he hasn't finished outside the top 15, I think, in like a decade here. The irons are trending up. Like if you like just play an informed Jason Day on the West Coast, and I can see a best of both worlds with him where in good conditions, he just drains a lot of putts, gets a lot of birdies. And then if it's kind of like a rock fight over the weekend with some more wind and everything, like he can hang.
Mm. Yeah. I guess you're out there in a bad looking windbreaker with rain and wind and standing next to the green and doing work. I can see it.
Yeah. So those are the three bets I have. I could add somebody like 50-ish and kind of over leverage my card a little bit. And I'm not sure if I'm betting Riviera next week because I'm going to be in Florida.
You're definitely betting Riviera. You're fucking betting it.
It's going to be Hard Rock. Well, I'm not going to bet that.
Listen, man.
I'm going to take one look at those numbers and be like, this is fucking dumb. I'm not doing that.
Yeah. So let's talk about some longer shots.
Well, hold on. I think we have a special guest, by the way. Producer Josh wants to chime in here. Hi, Josh. How we doing, buddy?
Hey, buddy? Good. I have to chime in because me and Steve have the same exact card.
Oh,
not exact. Right. I have Henley without.
Okay.
Hovland. No. Capper has Hovland, but I have Day and Fitzpatrick. That's my card.
Okay. So just those three.
No,
are you contemplating anybody else?
He's got Hovland too.
No,
he's got Hovland too. Okay.
Hovland 28, Fitzy 35.
Okay.
And then Day at 37 without Scotty. And then Henley without Scotty at like 26 or 27. All
right.
365.
I think that's a good number without
the ROI police going to come after you, pal. What are you doing?
Dude, I'm coming off a Chris Gara win, 66-1, Steve.
Oh, there we go. There we go. I made that excuse one time at RSM. I hit 2 winners in the fall. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to put like a 5X card out there at RSM just to get a sweat. And I got shit for that. I'm like, what do you fucking expect, guys?
I will say I did
what it is. I spent half a unit more than I wanted to. Okay. Take it easy.
Yeah, I did on like the Fanatics and Bet365. They do like a 30% profit boost. But when you post the odds, as BK says, you can't post like the boost odds. You got to put like the like regular odds. That's like BK's rule.
BK's got a lot of rules.
Who follows BK's rules?
No one.
No one. What are we talking about?
You know, his rule about.
I love Brian. I love Brian.
His rule about trauma, though, like at a golf tournament the prior year, like, unfortunately, that has leached his way into my brain. You know what's actually out, though? The whole can't win the same week you win TGL. Glad I can finally get rid of that stupid narrative.
I'm pretty sure you said that last week. I
don't think I did last week. I know I said it about Rory, but I think it was about somebody else. It might have been about Justin Rose. Potentially.
How unplugged Steve is on social media is how unplugged I am on TGL. I have zero clue what the fuck is happening. I saw who's the fat kid with the fucking bad haircut? Shipley?
Shipley? Yeah.
He got a hole in one. I was like, yeah, I don't believe that at all. I think that's fake.
It's rigged.
It is rigged.
Yeah. So the celebration these 3 fucking nerds had over a simulator hole in one made me want to fucking vomit. I could not believe how excited these assholes were about a hole-in-one on a simulator golf.
So
And
hold up. So he got a hole-in-one in TGL, but last night, and then conveniently enough, the PGA Tour is doing like a hole-in-one challenge on their simulators, and conveniently enough, Neil Shipley's dropped today. I think maybe they were trying to capture little activations there, a little bit. Yeah,
nice reference.
A little bit.
Thank you.
So, all right. Thanks, Josh. Hang in the background. Pop back in if you.
See if you like any of our long shot. So, I mean, look, with a tournament like this, like we said, like I feel like you do like taking on Scotty is whatever, just because he hasn't won on POA, but some longer guys down the board.
Okay. I mean, there's actually a lot of guys I do like down here. Maybe top 10s, top 20s. Yeah, top 10s, 20s. I mean, I've retired from the positional market because I think pricing's awful, and I don't want to keep wasting units on it.
What about our guy Bridgman?
No.
Why? He's playing good. He's playing good, and like nobody believes in this guy. And all he does is keep playing good golf.
All right, his iron numbers look pretty good. All right, you know what? Fine. I pass him over. The iron numbers lately have been all right, and he's a good POA putter. Okay.
Good POA putter. Can't score. Plays good in windy conditions.
When?
I don't know. My brain says so. So it is.
Okay. All right. So it's just your truth, but okay.
Yeah, my truth. I'm living my
truth. Right.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I think what is it, 120 to 1. So what's his top 10? I know he looks like a goober, but yeah, I mean it's just around the green really. His last 8 rounds looks like ball sack, and then even last 16 is around the green. Last 24 you start to get with the approach, but his ball striking is going in the right direction. Driving distance his ball speed's gone up fucking 3 miles an hour. Old Bridgie's fucking putting in the work at the weight room. Yeah, man, and I like this guy. I like a guy who can fucking make putts. I think I don't know how we stumbled upon him last year, but I've been holding on for dear life because it's fun to have somebody who can make putts.
Yeah, it was a Valspar. We both bet him. I think at like 100 to 1, and
sounds right. And he had the lead.
He had it. He had it after 54. And just had it. Didn't play well on Sunday.
Couldn't do it.
All right. I mean, look, I have highlighted like your chalk plays like Berger and Lowry and Gerard.
Berger's a Ponzi scheme. Stinks. Oh, talk to me about Gerard. I like Gerard. Talk to me about him. So he's long term a terrible putter as I looked. And to be honest, I don't know about him. I've just been playing him in DFS lately. So talk to me about this guy.
Okay. I mean, look, he was a horrible putter last year, but maybe something changed. Maybe he made a putter switch. Maybe got a tip or something. He's never played Pebble, at least professionally here, but in 2 appearances at Torrey on POA greens, gained like a lot of strokes putting there.
Okay.
So maybe he is actually like a POA, like I wouldn't say specialist, but he's competent on that surface. Just iron numbers have been red hot lately, so just keep riding that. Like, bunch of second place finishes last year or over the last like couple months.
This year.
You know, you could do that. Okay. With Berger, what's going on with Berger right now is the ball striking numbers were fine last year. His putting was atrocious. The putting is
around the green. His around the green was trash last year.
Yeah, the around the green was trash last year. It's gotten a little better the last 16 rounds. But look, like, you know, good POA putter, won here before, irons trending up, played well, like Sony played all right last week. So I get it. The Lowry case is just his irons have been red hot lately.
What? He doesn't win. Like
that's the thing. He doesn't
win. Like, when are we going to? When is we, our community, going to stop doing this? We can't bet and losers like Cantlay, Morikawa, Lowry, guys who haven't won in fucking years, and we keep overlooking guys like Gutter Up and like young and upcoming guys who just win, and that's all they do is win. So, like, it's never priced into the numbers. It's silly. We just keep waiting for these guys to come back, and I don't think I just don't. It just frustrates me to no end. It makes me so mad when I listen to something and like 20 to 1 is a good number for a guy who hasn't won in 4 years. Get the fuck out of my face. That is a terrible number.
I mean, Collins at least dropped what 55-1 this week.
Good. Go fucking 55
I know.
back, and I still won't bet him.
Okay, but like at least we're starting to get in range where he's starting to get priced appropriately. Okay. All right, fair.
Yeah,
Cantlay's
fair.
what? Like he started the week at like 30-1, and like
down
I think
40.
his floor is like 40. Like I can't I can't justify it. I can't justify it anymore. I can't justify it anymore. Yeah.
All right. So do you like anybody else down low? Like you talked about body earlier.
So yeah, like Akshay. The problem is though, like that's somebody who like has like a spike performance, then just busts the next week a lot.
Fair.
But just his general profile, just a fantastic poa putter. Like even when he gets to like the bent
coastal,
well, he might blow away. Like that's the concern if it's windy for him. But like even the bent POA that's like mostly POA, like Detroit Golf Club, that's like 80% POA, like he crushes there. So like the guy truly is just a good POA putter. I'm worried about because I considered him. I'm worried about if the weather's bad on Sunday with him. I don't think he can hang in those conditions.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know who's been kind of stealth good despite I think he's missed like 2 cuts his last two starts. Kurt Kitayama's been hitting the ball all right.
God damn it, dude. I hope Andy's not listening.
Okay. His Pebble history is actually better than what it is on paper. He was top 5 heading into the final round of that Justin Rose year. Yeah. And then the bad weather got to him, which could play out again this week if the Sunday stuff, shows up. But yeah, like his last 2 finishes, and there's another guy that's in a similar boat as him. Like he's hitting the ball well. He's still just missing cuts. Yeah. So, okay. Last week he actually played well. T24 at Phoenix, cut at the American Express, T40 at Sony, but the iron numbers have been really good on him. So I don't hate Kurt Kitayama this week. I also don't really hate Taylor Pendrith, despite the fact he's coming off 2 cuts this week or his last 2 starts. The iron numbers still look pretty good on him. His last couple starts, he had a top 10 at Sony. So like he's got good form, at least recently with it. And he has 2 straight top 10s at Pebble. So good course history. Irons have been pretty good with him. The problem is I don't like, even with like a without Scotty market, like I don't think Pendrith is cashing that. But like for DFS top 20, like
I just don't trust it.
If he's not chalk, I don't know what his ownership is. Maybe he's chalk this week, but I don't mind that. Never really mind an Alex Noren, although his iron numbers have really started. Like he's off to a really bad start this year. The bubble may have popped on Noren. I think this is a good litmus test because this should be a good golf course for him.
Should be a great golf course for him.
But the bubble may have popped on him. I mean, like Rio, he's a Sunni, like, he's the hot commodity right now. A couple other guys around him that I don't really mind. Maybe Michael Kim. He's been okay here. He's good with the short irons.
Has he played since he drew with that back injury?
Didn't he play last week?
I don't know. I'm asking.
I mean, I don't usually track Michael Kim. Yeah, he finished T18.
No, me either. Okay.
Yeah, no, he finished T18 last week.
Okay.
All right, so good finish last week.
He wasn't on my radar last week.
Okay.
I think last week was him coming back from the back injury, and I just don't trust golfers coming back from injury.
How about guy whose irons are kind of trended up a little bit the last 8 rounds? He's a good POA putter. Danny McCarthy.
No, fucking
not to win, but like just positional DFS. Okay. How about Aaron Rye? This is a good Aaron Rye golf course.
Oh, bad weather though.
Yeah, if that plays to fruition, at the end there. Not bad. I have decent POA numbers on him. He's good from under 150. The irons still look all right.
Yeah.
I'll have to see what Emiliano Grillo?
Never.
Never?
Never.
Okay.
Never.
Well, why never?
because he fucking stinks.
He's been playing better the last like year or so.
I don't care. He stinks.
You don't care. Okay. Well, good from under 150. Decent Pebble history. I think actually a couple of years ago, it was I think the year they got canceled because of the weather. I think he was actually pretty good that year. So yeah, it was a recent Pebble Beach Pro. I mean, he was decent.
I know he's been putting better after years of not putting well. So
yeah, he might be going back. Might be going backwards in that respect.
I'm just good. Grillo is just to me. Just
okay.
I've never been a Grillo guy. I've never felt the I wish I bet Grillo. Never felt that. So I think I'm good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I wish I didn't bet Grillo at John Deere based on what happened that stupid tournament. Yeah. So that wasn't great. That's it though. I mean, the problem is I think Scotty's going to win. I never like to be in a position where like I'm betting on guys that I don't actually can win the tournament, despite the fact that I do that a lot anyways. I bet guys who don't win. And I know don't win. I just do it anyways because I'm stubborn.
That's how golf really works.
But and it's also hard with trying to marry like a guy who I think can score at the beginning of the tournament, and I need to just hold on and kind of grind out at the end. Like you don't find a lot of those types.
No.
So we'll see what happens. I don't know. You got anything else?
No, that's it. So you're gonna pre-record the course preview, and you're gonna release it on Sunday, and then I will be with a guest, not 100% confirmed yet, on Tuesday. It'll be somebody. It won't be me talking into a blank screen. I promise you that. I've done that. I do not like it. Yeah, I mean, other than that, Steve will be on a nice vacation. Hopefully, he'll still supply the Discord with his premium weather, as people already asked. So, yeah, I mean, other than that, good football season. Sad ending. Yeah. Now I can fully devote myself back to golf because the Bruins suck and I don't care about basketball. So that works.
All right. With that, you'll see me on Sunday, pre-recorded, and we'll see you with the mystery guest on Tuesday. So, all right, thanks. Good luck with your bets.
Bye.
Bye-bye.